what the experts aren't telling you about birth. Give me just a couple of minutes and you're going to discover what the experts aren't telling you about pregnancy, birth, and your role in that process. Now, if you'd like to be able to dig deep into this and figure out all of your choices and options and the things to think through for your birth, drop me a line below and I will send you my birth plan kit. It's going to give you a lot of information on what you need to think about so that you can truly step into your power and be sovereign through your birth experience. Believe me, information and knowledge is power, and this kit will walk you through that step by step. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Kristen and I am a pregnancy coach. I love working with moms all over the world. I have had my own 8 babies naturally, and I am passionate about helping moms have a healthy pregnancy and prepare for an amazing natural birth experience. Each day, I'm bringing you an actionable tip to help you give your baby a beautiful and healthy beginning. Like I said, today I want to talk to you about things that the experts don't tell you about pregnancy and childbirth. One of the first and most important things is to understand that there is so much that you can do towards having a healthy pregnancy and having a beautiful, sacred, undisturbed birth experience, and even a smoother and happier postpartum experience. Most pregnancy and birth experts today look at pregnancy and birth as if there's some sort of pathological condition, some sort of illness or sickness. And they think that pregnancy complications, birth complications, those things happen to women and they're all bad luck. But we've had research literally for decades and decades and decades that shows the opposite, that shows that there is very much that you can do to keep your pregnancy low risk and to have a smooth, safe, even confident and ecstatic birth experience. So when people tell you it's just luck, then take a minute and go, actually, is that the truth? Because sometimes when you trust the experts who are used to looking at something from one way and one way only, which is that pregnancy is pathological, that mom and baby are against each other, you're not going to get the whole truth. Another thing that they won't tell you is that pregnancy and birth are meant to be ecstatic. And we have the science to back this up now. There are amazing researchers like Dr. Sarah Buckley out there who are doing work to understand how birth works. Now, we've understood the mechanics of birth, or at least the basics of the mechanics of birth, for quite a while. Men have been studying that for a really long time because I guess they're interested in mechanical things. Though something that is good to note is that even things that we thought that we understood about the ways that your body gives birth, the way that baby moves down through the pelvis and through the birth canal, some of those things have been found to be, oh, you know what, we made a mistake. We didn't understand exactly how that worked. So even the limited mechanical understanding that we have is possibly flawed or just plain incorrect in some ways. And all of that almost completely ignored other things going on outside of just the mechanical process of baby moving down and out. There's an entire hormonal flow to birth that is meant to make it an ecstatic experience for you. And I talked the other day about the suffering mom versus the mom who is strong, confident, and powerful. And sometimes society wants to say that the mom who suffers is the good mom, or we need our savior to come in and save us. But the truth is that you are meant to birth in your power, and it only benefits your baby when you understand that. Pregnancy and birth are meant to be ecstatic, and I have to say that. I can't keep quiet because it might make some mama feel guilty, right? It's important for you to know. It's important for you to hear that this is a real possibility for you and your baby. In fact, it's the way that birth was meant to be. And if you want to have deeper discussions on this, definitely drop me a line below and I will reach out to you in the DMs because I know we can get a lot of pushback when we talk about that. But the reality is biophysically, the way that we were designed was meant for birth to be a beautiful, ecstatic experience, and that only benefits mom and baby because there's that beautiful bonding during the golden hour during birth, and you feel awesome and on top of the world, like you could literally climb a mountain, like you could literally fly to the moon and back. And that is a great place to start your mothering career from. Now, the other thing that the experts won't tell you is that you are sovereign. You call the shots. Nobody can take your baby. Nobody can force you to go in for an induction. Nobody can even force you into a cesarean section. Now, there are a lot of things that can lead down slippery slopes to where you feel pressured into those situations. And that's why I started with reminding you that there's so much that you could do to have a healthy pregnancy and birth. But when you recognize that you are sovereign, that you call the shots, that each and every one of these decisions is yours to make. And so when they're starting to offer all of that battery of prenatal tests and things, you ask, why? What information will I get? What will I do with that information? How will that impact me? How will that impact my baby? You cultivate this curiosity. You question everything, not out of a sense of spite or a strange teenage rebellion, but rather because you understand your sovereignty and you understand that you're the one that calls all the shots, that you get to create this birth, that you get to choose where to have your baby. Your husband doesn't choose, your mom doesn't choose, your doctor doesn't choose. You choose how, where you want to have this baby. You choose that you want to have a physiological, undisturbed birth. This is your experience. And when you take ownership of that, then you are truly stepping forward into your power. Now, there are so many choices and there's so much overwhelm going on with pregnancy and birth, and I get it. That's why I mentioned before that I've got my birth plan kit. It doesn't talk about all the pregnancy choices, but it runs you through every single choice that you will need to make when it comes to your labor, when it comes to birthing your baby, and even when it comes to the early postpartum with your baby. Let me know below if you're interested in that, because that will help you start to understand the decisions that you get to make. And remember, knowledge is power. I will be back and talk with you more tomorrow.